Are you sick of being outdriven off the tee by your buddies, finding you have to take an extra club to reach par threes? You need effortless power in your golf swing. In this next video, I'm going to be talking about how separation in the golf downswing will get you that effortless power. Sound good? It's coming up. Start playing incredible golf and lower your handicap today with my free 3 Secret Moves video, link in the description. Alright, let's talk about separation in the golf downswing, how it's going to get you that effortless power. If I'm set up to one here, now if you can imagine the distance between my lead hip here and the club head, in the downswing, right about from this position here, this is about lead arm parallel in the downswing, right to about where the shaft is about parallel to the ground to my hip there. If you can imagine, if I get to here, that there's a piece of string tied to the top of the club head here to my left hip. Now, if I was to really stretch it, how would I go about stretching that string? Well, the only thing I could do from here to this left hip is to rotate this lead hip like this and leave my arms out here like that. That would really stretch it as far as possible till it's really tight. Now, if you can imagine that same principle with the rubber band, I'm stretching it, then letting it go, and it springs and gets that maximum power, much like a slingshot. Same thing, stretch and let go. If I'm in the downswing, I want to feel like that distance from this club head to that lead hip is getting greater in that downswing, right about lead arm parallel, right about to club shaft parallel to the ground here, right before impact. If you can feel that stretch in your downswing, that's what gets you incredible effortless power. Let me show you a great visual that will really demonstrate it for you. Okay, so we want to get this club head and this lead hip as far away from each other in this downswing to really get this slingshot effect and this maximum power. So I've got a alignment rod through my belt loop. I'm going to show you a really powerful visual. You can do this yourself from home in front of a mirror, even with video, and show you what it looks like. So if I'm set up here, if I go to the top, what I'd like to see you do as you come down, really feel like those hips rotate and this club head sort of falls back a little bit like that in this position here. So if we get to here, I'll rotate those hips and I'm trying to get that left hip as far away from that club head as possible when I get to about this position here. Now, hopefully you can see this on camera, but you should be able to see that alignment stick right out here sticking out the back. And that means I've rotated those hips and I'm getting that left hip as far away as possible from that club head. That's storing up energy, storing up lag, and that way you can really get that maximum power out of your golf swing. All right, so let's have a look at it from face-on angle as well. I'll get to the top. As I come down, rotating those hips, getting that club head, really feeling it as far away from that left hip as possible, right about here. And that is a great spot to get into, to get that effortless power that you're after, right about there. I've actually looked at a number of professional swings and I'll show some during this video, and you'll find they get into the same position in their downswing. That's how they look so effortless. Now, the key to making this work, and I'm going to show you how to practice this, which is really powerful in just a moment, but the key to really getting this to work is to really feel the opposite as well. Let me show you that. So if we know that's the most powerful way of doing it, what would be I guess a less powerful way of doing it? So if I get up to one here, that would be, typically in someone that's got a less powerful swing, club head would be more along the toe line here, and this alignment rod would be pretty much in line, pretty much the same angle. Okay, it doesn't mean you can't hit solid shots from about this angle here. You can see they're all matched up. Hopefully that's clear on camera there. You can see they're all matched up. I haven't got that slingshot effect, and I can get some sort of power still, absolutely, but it's not going to be as powerful as this. This will get you a lot more effortless power, and that's what I want you to get. All right, that's what we're striving for. Here's another really important part of this you need to get. Okay, in this down the line view, this is another really key part that is important to build this into your game. As you set up here, when we get down to this spot here, this trail wrist, this right wrist for a right hander, it needs to be bent back in this position here with the club back here. You can see it's not a matter of me moving my arms out like that or pushing my arms back like that. This is all done with the lead wrist, getting that sort of extension on that right wrist there as we come down in that downswing. That helps shallow it, but it also stores up that power, that lag, so you get that effortless power. So that trail wrist, very important that you get that wrist angle like that. All right, let me show you how to practice this so you can start getting some great effortless power. This is how I want you to practice to get this built into your game. So the first thing I want you to do is, without hitting a ball, set up with your club. I've just got a short iron here. You can do this with your driver, works just the same. And I want you to feel like, as you get to here, just do a lot of slow rehearsals, feeling those hips rotate and that club falling back in this position here. Really important that you feel that and do a number of rehearsals feeling the good. And by the same token, I want you to feel like what a bad position's like as well. So that would be club out here, hips hardly opening up or rotating. That's the bad, that's the good. So from down the line angle, this is the bad, club coming out, hips hardly rotating on the same angle. This is what I want you to do. Getting that rotation. These angles, this club will be pointed back and your hip angle will be pointed this way. So you're going to have the exact opposite angles. That's another great way of thinking about it. So really feel that. Feel that stretch. It should be a stretch, you should feel that. If you can't get as far around as what I'm showing you, that's okay. As long as you feel some sort of stretch, that will help you out. Now I'm going to hit one here, and this is how I'd like you to practice it. Set up to one. We're just going to do a little freezer drill. I'm going to get to the top and pause, finding our spot, really rotating that lead hip, and then rotate through. And this is how you can start off doing this and then build up to doing longer shots and then full shots from here. So let's do one of these. We'll set up to a ball. We'll get to the top, come to here, stop, and through. I only hit that okay that time, but with a lot of practice you can get that built into your game and really start striking it solid. So let's do another one. Try and hit this one a little bit better. Go to the top, pause, and through. The more you do that, the more you'll get better at it, and you'll be able to get that effortless power that you're after in your golf game. If you think this will help you out and hit the ball further, make sure you smash that like button. I'd really appreciate that. Have any questions about that, something you didn't understand, drop a comment down below. I will get back to you. Now, very important, I've got coming up a video that talks about the transition from backswing to downswing. Now this will help you out even further to play some great golf. I'll see you on it.